U.S. citizens, this one is for you, so listen up. Imagine being in your home, sleeping at 1 in the morning when ICE, without any warning, breaks down your door, takes you outside, holds you up, zip ties you, and leave you there for hours while they ransack your home, and they do the same at your neighbor's home, and then they leave. This is exactly what happened on Tuesday morning at 1 in the morning at a Chicago apartment. ICE, ATF, FBI, and other federal agents conducted a very large-scale operation at an apartment building where U.S. citizens were living, and they broke down doors. They took children, women, and men outside. Some people were naked. They zip-tied some of them and ransacked the place and arrested 37 people. We have no idea who those 37 people are, what their immigration status is, and why U.S. citizens were involved in such a targeted illegal immigration raid. I'm going to pause here and say that the civil rights of these U.S. citizens and other individuals were violated by these warrantless searches of their homes, and the fact that they were held up in such a way they could actually file a civil rights complaint against the DHS. And I recently did a video on the horizontal platform that talks exactly about how you can start a civil rights complaint against DHS. Of course, work with an attorney on this process, but it is a very simple process to get started. The Fourth Amendment of the United States protects us from unreasonable searches and seizures, and certainly protects us from ICE or any federal agent busting through the door in the middle of the night. This reminds me of the cases that I've worked on as an immigration attorney of clients from El Salvador and other Central American countries who eventually applied for asylum in the United States because law enforcement in their country did this very thing, targeted them unlawfully and unjustly. According to the Chicago Sun-Times, it says that agents approached or entered nearly every apartment in the 5-story building, and U.S. citizens were among those detained for hours. The Department of Homeland Security said federal agents with Border Patrol, the FBI, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives arrested 37 people in the raid. DHS said some of those arrested are believed to be involved in drug trafficking and distribution, weapons crimes, and immigration violators. The article goes on to say that the feds also claimed the South Shore neighborhood was a location known to be frequented by Trende Aragway, TDA members, and their associates, but DHS gave no evidence to support the assertion, and authorities did not confirm that any of the people arrested were members of the Venezuelan gang. And alarmingly, friends, the article goes on to say that in this South Shore raid, neighbors said federal agents used flashbang grenades to burst through the building, and several drones and helicopters were deployed. Can you imagine grenades being used in your neighborhood to burst through the door of your home? This is exactly what happened here. This is obviously a very traumatic event that happened to these residents, and they did not deserve this. There was no immediate threat. It would have been a very different situation if the federal agents were in hot pursuit of someone who they believed to have committed a very serious crime. If they were in that hot pursuit, of course, our laws support the idea of them doing whatever is necessary in that exigent circumstance or that hot pursuit of someone who they believe to have committed a crime. But that's not what happened here at 1 a.m. in the morning at this Chicago apartment building where these residents were in their bed sleeping. Guys, a lot of alarming things are happening these days, and I'm trying to stay on top of what's going on. Continue to follow for more and comment below to let me know your thoughts about this one.